thinking about Aaron and what he brought to this show, so much information, so much perspective, always eager to discuss things, and the way he saw things. I mean, there was very nuanced. He had a way of watching these episodes and extracting different things that were things that you noticed, but sometimes wouldn't write down, or you might have not pointed it out and write it, make sure to take note of it. But Aaron would take note of those things. I mean, I don't know how many times he talked about the camera work, the camera angles, and so he would be paying attention to how the directors were setting up shots and how fast the cameras were moving, or if they were moving. Just to let you, just the level of awareness that he had when he was watching the shows. I kind of watch the shows and I'm looking for the stories and I'm watching the characters act, not necessarily thinking about the lighting and whether it's an over the shoulder or a close up or a one shot master. But these were things that he was paying attention to because he was so interested in the details of everything, the small things, the looks, the interactions between characters. This Homecoming episode started off with an interchange between Odo and Quark.
Yeah,
which I thought was interesting because they wanted to start off the second season, right there in this Quark-Odo relationship. That was the beginning of the second season. That was the beginning of the intro to the second season.
And I thought of Aaron there too when it opened up with Quark and Odo, who were kind of like the two characters that he kind of had a spotlight on for that first season. He was really, really impressed with Quark. He was really impressed with the Odo. And, when it opens with them, he's like, "Oh, what are you up to, Quark?" And, right. It's a shame he's not here to see it with us, but it definitely piqued my interest.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things that Aaron talked about a lot, was how well the characters of Quark and Odo had developed and were kind of set already in the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. A lot of the other characters, Bashir, myself, Dax, we were all still kind of growing into the roles and finding our own acting and how we wanted to do things. But I felt like Odo and Quark were like, right from the get-go, knew how they wanted to play the characters. And there was this kind of synergy between the two of them, which Armin got into when he did our show and talked about having worked with Renee in the past. And, having worked with somebody builds up that rapport, makes you feel comfortable. Different buttons to push when you're doing your interactions back and forth. But I think that it's interesting because Aaron, the whole first season, was telling us how much he loved Quark and Odo. Mm-hmm. And here we are now, season two, episode number 1. What's the first thing that the writers put out there in front of us?
Yeah,
it's the Quark and Odo relationship dynamic,
And what was up with that? Like, why did Quark say, just sometimes declare peace just to, get them off their
throw off your enemies?
Yeah, like, but I was waiting for like, what's his real reason? But maybe that was it. Maybe that was the whole thing.